Since 9/11, the public has been subjected to years of conditioning facilitated by the media that your freedom and your safety is at risk and that the government is here to help and protect you from the ultimate threat.
Global terrorism. 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 Terrorism.
In 2009, a 19-year-old student at Oregon State University named Mohammed, now known to us as the Christmas tree bomber, was the target of an FBI sting operation that resulted in the arrest and conviction of Mohammed, who is now serving a 30-year prison sentence. The defense appealed the court's decision, arguing that the conviction should be overturned because the government had used evidence obtained from warrantless surveillance and that the government had violated the defendant's Fourth Amendment rights. Well, earlier this week, the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals upheld the conviction of the would-be Portland, Oregon Christmas tree bomber, Mohammed. The federal court rejected the defense's arguments that the FBI had entrapped the defendant and that the FBI had unconstitutionally collected his emails without a warrant.
I'm very concerned about a terrorist attack in the United States along the lines of the Christmas Day bomber. You get a disgruntled student, someone who has some relationship with the United States, who is able to be recruited quickly, able to be indoctrinated quickly, and they say, okay, basically, here's a bomb, go do it.
Now, what exactly does Vice President Joe Biden mean by, here's a bomb, go do it? Well, Biden is referring to the tactics used by the FBI to fabricate terror plots and then foil them, most of the time. Now, according to the court documents, the FBI had paid Mohammed $2,800 to carry out specific tasks, like purchasing a list of bomb-making components provided to him unknowingly by the FBI. The money also covered an apartment for Mohammed, as well as a storage unit and a rental van to be used to carry out the attacks. Now, of course, these tactics have been used in the past in other cases. Take the Nuremberg Four, for example, who now sit in a federal prison serving a 25-year sentence, after an FBI informant convinced the four men to agree to commit acts of terror like shooting down military planes and detonating car bombs. Now, not only did the FBI informant come up with all of the plans, but he offered the men $250,000 in addition to fully paid vacations and luxury cars. Now, it later came out that the men were impoverished individuals struggling with Newburgh's crack epidemic and poverty. Now, one of the men had mental issues so severe that his apartment contained bottles of his own urine, and he also believed that Florida was a foreign country. Now, in these two examples, the FBI targeted easily suggestible individuals who did not have the means or the plans to attack America. The FBI approached the individuals with the plans and the money, convinced them to carry out the attacks. Then the FBI apprehended the suspects before any attack could be carried out, but this hasn't always been the case.
And they didn't start it even in 2001. They attacked the World Trade Center in 1993.
Yes, the World Trade Center attack in 1993. Thanks for reminding me, Rudy. For those of you that are not aware, the FBI was involved in the attack that took the lives of 6 people and injured more than 1,000 and caused damages in excess of $500 million.
Last winter, the FBI was praised for its speed in cracking the case of the World Trade Center bombing and bringing 4 suspects to trial. Now, there is some evidence that the FBI may have known of the plot in advance through an informant and might even have stopped the bombing that killed 6 people.
An FBI informant named Ahmad Salam was assigned to work with the terrorists who were planning to bomb the World Trade Center in '93. Now, Salam, the FBI informant, had agreed to supply fake explosives to the bombers, but was overruled by an FBI supervisor. Now, Salam was smart enough to record his conversation with his FBI handlers.
This is a recording of one of Salam's conversations with Antichev.
Everything was submitted with a receipt, and now it's questionable.
It's not questionable. It's like a little out of ordinary.
Okay. All right. I don't think it was. If that's what you think, guys, fine. But I don't think that, because we was start already building the bomb, which is went off in the World Trade Center. It was built by supervision from the Bureau and the DA, and we was all informed about it, and we know that the bomb start to be built. By who? By your confidential informant. What a wonderful, great case. And then he put his head in the sand and said, oh, no, that's not true. He is son of a bitch. Okay, it's built with a different way in another place, and that's it.
In the taped conversation, Salem makes it clear that the FBI informant had in fact gone ahead and built the bomb. Antichev says nothing in response. Hundreds of hours of taped conversations exist between Salem and his FBI handlers, but they were never used in the trials of the bombing conspirators. To this day, the FBI refuses to acknowledge their foreknowledge of the attacks or the fact that their informant built the bomb.
Now, the FBI has created virtually every terror plot it has foiled. Why would they do this? What does it matter, right? Well, for starters, the FBI has to justify their $9.5 billion annual budget somehow, right? Not to mention, all of this provides the perfect excuse to launch never-ending wars that make trillions of dollars. And it also provides the excuse for the expansion of the police state and the surveillance state that infringe upon your civil liberties, all in the name of keeping you safe from a threat that has been fabricated by the same ones who claim they are here to serve and protect you. Now, the role of these agencies is to manufacture terrorism in order to keep the artificial global terror threat alive.